Oh, Sam grew up and he never went back to that room, remember? Because Calvin
Instead of hiding
died.
from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Was Kay his wife? And did they live in the house?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Dawn.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Nothing quite like being outside. Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still.
I'm
on.
actually a photographer, so...
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
This hits home.
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Ooh, the foregrounding of that was really
Found
nice.
An old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Her dad
You don't need to
flies.
waste any more film on me, kiddo. Give me a minute to check the map.
Poems by Emily Dickinson.
Let's see. Maybe.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Oh.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don.
Oh my god. That's sadistic. Oh, she's not too happy about it there, bud.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Some people don't like hunting, yo. You gotta respect it. She didn't
Sorry,
have
Don,
to.
just gotta reset the timer. Hang on, kiddo. Just trying to get a shot of the two of us together. Crap.
Oh.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, God.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Oh, God. My feels. My fucking feelings. I don't know why I connected to that so much. I've never been upset about killing something in my life. No, you did. I know. Somebody got AC.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Something tells me your mom's not a Finch. She's a married-in Finch. Oh, God. Why, babies? 1 year old? Oh! A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have 20 calendar days after the summons is served. Washington.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Oh, God, I gotta play as the baboo! Oh!
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
No, shut up, Frosty!
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now. and I don't want Greg to hear this.
Oh God.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
That's in his divorce papers? Oh my God! And that was one of Sam's kids? And Dawn's dead. Dawn lived for a while, though. Oh.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Alright, so we're talking about some kid named Gus now.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Wow. Gus, it's okay, dude. You don't need anything in this world. Find your happiness later on.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Wow. Flipped him off, huh?
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Gus gets to fly, if I remember. Everybody gets to fly.
The rain came down in buckets.
A
that
hurricane.
no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
I'm entertained. It's just it's fucked up.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
That one's a little bit harder to believe.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
All right, we're almost done. We got like what, 3 more people? Dawn moved out of this room, huh?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Oh, Dawn and Sanjay, yeah. She was a missionary?
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
I wasn't expecting any religion, to be completely honest.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
She had a computer. We're not going to learn about Mommy Dearest?
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Oh, I have no idea. This was just recommended to me.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Whoa. Whoa, mama pumping out 3 babies. Oh yeah.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Have a good night, dude.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Oh my god, there's a lot to go up.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Thank you, Frosty. me get my grip on this right.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Okay, what? There's a door somewhere and he's not dead. He'd only be a year older than me if this takes place in 2018. This is the coolest painting loft ever.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
That is so cool. Oh, there's the magic door. His mom
Whatever
killed
Milton
him.
had found in
Oh,
the house,
don't.
Mom didn't want it getting out.
Come on, man. Don't be like that. Don't be a spoiler little bitch. Oh, there's a bug on my other screen. Scared the crap out of me.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Alright, goodbye, bug. Don't call me a bitch, you bitch.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Louis was a stoner. He lived in a boat.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
If that's what you want to be, dude. He's a gamer.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery. But he withdrew past himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
What?
wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
What?
So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
This is so...
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
This is so relatable.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he
Minneapolis.
got to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, He heard rumors of a
He was gay.
beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for radiant rainbows.
Yeah. He was after that dank dick.
He followed the sound of his
Silver harp.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Yo, this guy straight up killed himself. This is gonna be like a gunshot to the face kind of suicide. He's got that. Okay.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him.
What did he do? Lay down on it and get his head chopped off?
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Lewis! Whoa!
The palace would be
Yeah!
packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising him.
That's fucked up.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Are you fucking
Down.
kidding me?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.